Hello and welcome back. My name is Paris and we're here with more of the Pale Beyond. And I always forget I need to turn my headphones up so I can actually hear things. Not that there's talking in the game, but I like the music and the sound effects. Anyways, before we jump back in, and I'll do like a little recap of what happened last time, I just want to mention the SAG-AFTRA video game strike once again that's going on, and has been going on for 2 weeks now at this point. And if you go to their website, sagaftra.org, you can find out ways that you can help support them. I feel like if we're all here, we all like video games, so we all probably want to support the people actually making these games and making sure they feel safe and secure in their jobs, giving us these games that we enjoy. Anyways, that's all I want to say on that this time. Alright, so we are in week 7 and we're officially on the ice now. So we left off basically since the boiler incident, things have just been looking worse and worse for the ship, and we've known that we're like pretty much stuck in the ice. The sailors tried to, break up the ice and dig us out, which we knew without even having them try that it wasn't gonna work, and lo and behold, it did not work. So then it was basically like, it's a matter of when, not if, the ship is going to sink. It's taking on water in the lower decks, and so we spent basically like 1 week. We finished like all this stuff because we've been gathering supplies from some of the rooms in the lower deck, and then we basically pulled the trigger and removed the furnace, and we have moved out onto the ice now. And we're gonna see if we can, gather any more coal from the ship. I don't want to gather more food because it has spoiled at this point, and I don't think it's worth keeping or getting or eating. It's just not worth putting the time and energy into that. But yeah, so now we have our camp set out. And our cute little dog loos with all the doggies in it. I could zoom in so you can see the cute little doggies. Yeah, and the Temperance is still there. Of course. Okay, we'll see if anyone wants to talk to us, because I saw Cordell has an exclamation point. Alright. That young woman, Kasha. The flash of her camera has startled my dog several times now. It's growing tiresome. Cameras have a flash is unavoidable. Are they respectable photographs at least? If it proves a great distraction, let me know. Yeah, she said it's tiresome, not that it's a huge deal. So I'll say if it proves a great distraction, let me know. Captain, I doubt your word would be enough to stop her. That camera is her sole purpose out here. As much as an annoyance it can be, it would not be right to rob her of that. Yeah, I mean, it would be less me stopping her completely from taking photos, but maybe just, facing away from the dogs. Alright, let's go into the kennels, pet the doggies. As you do. Yeah, we still don't have any fish to feed them. Not that we've really needed to, because if you have fish, I think it'll, like, you know, basically recharge some number of dogs if, like, you want to send out another hunting or scouting team. Alright. Everyone's probably asleep. We'll check in here. Okay, we got Hammond and Junior there. Alright, so let's take requests. Get the day started, also kind of the week started. Alright. I like this rug we have. Oops, I didn't mean to hover over Junior. This is our new area where we take requests. I mean, this is our tent. Alright, so Grip's one of the engineers. Captain, you should take a look into the tool room on the Temperance. If that's the engineering room, I already have. The equipment in there is a necessity for life on the ice. Without the appropriate tools, there is only so far sheer manpower can take us. Exactly. Best act quick, Captain. The Temperance won't stay steady forever. Yeah. Oh man, we got a lot of people. Cordell popped up there. And we got Hammond. Captain, the Temperance's life is short, but we're in luck. Oh, some good fortune. Lower decks are flooding quick, but that's fine. The coal is still usable. We should grab as much as we can before she goes under. Yes, my thoughts. Exactly. Agreed. We must gather as much as possible coal for the furnace. Aye, let's get to it. Junior. Shaw, I was investigating the tinned foods we picked up from the Temperance. We got... Why did you give them to me? I don't want them. I should have expected this, but the tins were spoiled in the flooding. Is it still edible? Are you serious? You cannot afford to be too selective. It may not be pleasant, but if it can be eaten without poisoning the crew, it may still serve as rations. Hard to tell for certain there. Well, it's certain to taste like death. It may still be edible. The may in that sentence is not so comforting. Food is food, but I'm not sure it's worth the risk. What do you think? I don't want it, yeah, because it gives you the... They're only... I think the unspoiled tin food was 20. I like added 20 to the hoosh pot, and these add 10. But also, they will make someone malnourished, and I'm not sure if that means if it's like a stacked thing, like every can of spoiled rations is a crew member that will end up malnourished. I just don't want to take the risk. Yeah, not worth the risk. I have no intentions of poisoning my crew. We've been doing good with hunting. I suppose we're better off avoiding that. One tin of peaches likely isn't worth the risk of poisoning. Yeah, and we got basically all of the guns that are available, so that gives us, whenever we go hunting, we always get an extra whatever we're hunting, an extra seal or penguin. So I think we'll be good. Famous last words. Knock on wood. Cordell's here. Captain, thank you for building some proper shelter for the dogs. I appreciate the assistance from the crew. While the dogs are an important factor in this expedition, I'm certain you and your kennel will repay us in kind. You need not worry about that, Mr. Templeton. Again, thank you, Shaw. No problem. Alright, Grimly, what's going on? Shaw. Put a stop. Oh, he's just updating us last week. That's what Cordell was doing to put a stop to those rumors going on about Hunt. That's simple. The sailors do seem to listen to you. Aye. You'll not be hearing them whispers again. Oh, okay. You started out the exact same way. I was like, oh no, did we get stuck in a loop? No, it's a different conversation. Okay. Shaw, we want to survive out here? We'll need wood. It can be burned for fuel or to repair the lifeboats. I see only one source of wood here on the ice, Stoke. Are you suggesting we strip down the Temperance before it goes under? Ship isn't surviving either way. With the furnace out, only a matter of time before it goes under. We should strip it down for all we can. If we have time, it is certainly something to consider. Aye. If you salvage any, it can be fed to the furnace or brought to me for boat repairs. Grimly exits. Alright. That's a good idea. Oh, Templeton's talking to us, but he's not here. He's a ghost, or he turned invisible. Captain, I would find it wise to have a word with the journalist among our crew. For whatever reason, Hunt allowed for a photographer with no sailing experience to tail alongside this expedition. As it stands, Kasha Belford's record is what will stand the test of time when this expedition is spoken of. It would seem she has not made allies of the crew. Kasha? She doesn't seem the type to make enemies. How so? Is it necessary she make friends of the crew? She's here to record history. Kasha? She doesn't seem the type to make enemies. Not with purpose or malice, Captain. The sailors of this crew are a private lot. They do not take kindly to the prying eyes of a landlubber, as they would say. Remember, Captain, she controls the story. She controls your story. Best to have a word. Alright, Templeton wants to talk to us again. Or is just, remember, Shaw, reputation can be fragile. You do not need an unflattering image at a time like this. Okay. So just kind of reiterating that I see an ear. So gonna listen in on I think that's two of the sailors, Tucker and Cavity. Fucking hell. What's it this time, Tucker? These bloody cigs aren't worth the shit I stepped in. You're the only man I know who can step in shit on the ice, mate. Bloody right. No one's in the forecastle anymore. Okay, oh, I see someone here. Wants something. Oh, it's Hammond, one of the engineers. When was the last time you slept, Chief? I got a good couple hours in a while back. A couple? You're gonna work yourself to death before we even make land. Heard that before. But it hasn't bloody happened yet. Back to work. You don't need to tempt fate. Hammond. Okay, should we go talk to Kasha? Will she talk to us? Okay, let's look at her photos. Oh, we got a new photo with Kurt. Nope, that's the only new one. Alright, it'll probably be, talking to her is probably a thing we do after, like, we call the crew to dinner. Okay, so we can still go into the doctor's office here. What's this? Enter the scientist's storeroom. Gather research papers. In journals. Let's hold off on that. I want to, you know, strip for timber, strip for timber. we want definitely 3 people here. Okay, we'll put the 2 engineers. We have the scientist hold that we can go into in the general storage. How much? Okay. Okay, so this is if we want to go back into the rooms that we have already opened. I don't really think there was anything worth going back. I mean, potentially, but I made my choices. Okay, we have 2 options for... So we have 2 rooms. And then 2 things of stripping wood from the ship. And we have the scientist storeroom, which will give us research points. Let's send out... a crew for hunting. I'm gonna send one of the scouts. That's not it. 2 Johns. Yeah, and then the thing is with large game, you can only send 2 people out instead of 4, I think it is. For smaller medium, and 1 person will end up wounded at the end of the week from this encounter. We have our guns, so we get an extra 1. So we're gonna have 3 elephant seals. Let's send a scout this way. Okay. And then I'm gonna hold off. Oops. I accidentally do that all the time. Okay, so for our resources, yeah, we have 9. Okay, we still, I didn't realize this, we still have 2, like, unspoiled crate of tinned food. So that's good. And then we have 9 seals. Like, 9 crab eater seals, which are like a medium sized animal. And then next week we'll get those 3 elephant seals. Okay, let's strip this for timber. Let's also strip this for timber. I'm gonna put one of our scouts there. I'm gonna put these 2 on it. Okay, so we got all the timber here. And then let's go into one of these rooms. Let's do the scientist hold since I'm not going up. I don't think we're gonna make it to the scientist storeroom upstairs. So let's go into the scientist hold with Tucker. We charge into the room with water flooding in from behind. You only have time to grab 2 items. Let's hope there's worth it. Ooh, okay, we can get medical comforts, which is good. Reduces scientist. Ooh, that's also good. Search. Okay, I'm gonna get the medical tools and the medical comforts. The room is flooded with freezing cold water, rendering any remaining items inaccessible. So now, like, I'm not gonna use it, but like, next week, we could put Tucker, who just got the freezing status, when we send him to the medical tent, instead of him being unavailable for the week, we could use medical comforts and he'll just be immediately cured and we can use him for something else next week instead of having to wait the whole time. But I wanted to, because we have our 3 scientists left, although now we've got those, I got the tools that make it so we don't have to use all 3 of them. So now we only have to use 2 of them, which is great. Like, every extra pair of hands that you can put elsewhere, you know, is always good. Okay, so now we have even some more medical comforts. Which actually we might use it next week because we will have, because Tucker has the freezing status, and then we'll have someone wounded. So that would be 2 people we would have to, you know, have spend the week in the med bay. But if we use medical comforts, then we'll get them back immediately. Anything else I can do for the crew? No, I don't think we have any research places that we can go to. And we have no scouts. It's not worth sending a hunting party with just 1 person. I don't want to waste that because then it'll just, the whole thing will be gone. So we might as well wait for enough people. Okay, so now we'll fill up the hoosh pot. Let's get those. That'll put us at 83. And one of those will put us at 89. Cool. And then feed the furnace. It's 57, 77, 97. Alright. How much? What does the wood do? 17. Okay. That's pretty good. Since coal is 20. But we'll try to hold off on the wood. Just because we might, like, unless we're, like, in dire need of it, you know? Okay, I think that's everything here. So now we'll call the crew for dinner. Out in the ice. There we go. I love the new little interactions they have. So here's Runt petting one of the dogs, and then Templeton trying to keep his food away from one of the dogs. Adorable. And now Hammond and Cordell are here, and the scientists. I can't remember if we've seen them eating dinner with the rest of the crew before. Crew have their meal. Crew return to their posts. By the time, it's still bright light outside. Alright, the others are thing for caution. Ooh, it looks like a lot of conversations we can listen in on, but let's do the one up here first. Who is this? It looks like Lefty and Ward, perhaps? That photographer. Belford? Oh, it's Tashi. It's hard to tell from behind when you only get a little. They're so tiny. What about her? Did she come snooping around your tent as well? I caught her prying a couple times. I can guess. She found nothing on you? No, she did not. We could all learn something from you, Tashi. Let's listen in on everyone's conversations and then we'll go around talking to people. Oh, one of the scouts wants to talk to us too. This is Kurt. Oh, here's Ward. So Kurt's talking to Ward and Runt. And there I was, face to face with a leopard seal. Dangerous creatures cannot be mistaken for your average seal. Natural hunters, much faster on land than you'd expect. How do you deal with that then? I was lucky I had my hunting shotgun at the ready. We were feasting on leopard seal that night. Of course, of all the times the crew weren't filming. Ah, pull the other one. It's true! This other time we... Kurt continues to ramble on. It seems he will be at this for a while. Sounds about right. I think this might be Gnomes and Cavity that we're listening in on. No, no, they're all talking about Kasha. You get your photo snapped by that photographer too? Aye. She's a landlubber for sure. Treating us like we're some novelty. I don't have much problem with it. Good conversation at least. I'd rather less good conversation out here. Oh, you want to be bored to death? Saltborn, Saltborn. I'm curious to see. Stowaway. Saltborn. Saltborn, Saltborn. Saltborn, Saltborn, Saltborn. Really? I thought there were... what is it called? We are, Muttwash is... I know Hunt is Muttwash. Oh, Hammond's Muttwash, too. Which means neither purely landborn or saltborn. It's either you've gone back and forth so much, or you just don't know. The Stoke brothers is saltborn. Templeton is landborn. Kurt doesn't get one. He's just called Ice Savvy. So it's Cordell, landborn, landborn, and then we're Muttwash. And a criminal! But they're all Ice Savvy, landborn, Muttwash. They're all gonna be landborn. Okay. I'm just curious. And nosy. We'll see. York the Third. Crew member approaches you during dinner. Captain, you look like you could use some more to eat. Taking up the responsibility of captain is as admirable as it is unenviable. Please help yourself to some of my own rations. Frankly, I'm stuffed. Okay, we don't need to be a suck-up. Yeah, I have no time for toadying. You needn't attempt it. Thank you, but there's no need. That's rather kind of you. Thank you. If he keeps pushing, we'll call him out on it. I'll just say thank you, but there's no need. Oh, we got +1 to decorum. Oh, well, the offer is always there. York the Third returns to their seated position as others in the crew look at them with annoyed expressions. It would appear their attempts at gratifying command was unsuccessful. Yeah, alright, Kasha. Let's see if we can... I don't know. Get her to back off a little bit, or... maybe not back off, but just approach things differently. As you pass by, you see Kasha adjusting her camera as she stands, partially obscured as she finds the right angle for shots. As you step to her side, she raises her head and looks at you. What are you taking photos of? Do you ever stop taking pictures? Why don't you join the camp proper? So what are you taking photos of? The crew, of course. This is quite the unique situation we're in. I want to capture the mood. Maybe I could place it beside our initial crew photos, compare and contrast. Oh, that's brilliant. You don't have to capture everything, you know. You can join the others if you wish. Kurt remains in good spirits, I see. I'm sure many of them have stories to tell. I mean, They want her to back off, so I'm not sure going to them with the intention of getting stories from them is something the crew will appreciate before they, like, feel like they can trust her. I don't know why this random Kurt remains in good spirits. I see that feels very random. I guess we'll say you don't have to capture everything, you know. We might lose loyalty for this, but, we'll see. You can join the others if you wish. Oh, Akasha's eyes dart to the crew, briefly lingering on the stature of Kurt, then back to you. I think I'm better off in the background, taking pictures from a distance. Intimidated? Do you dislike Kurt? Very well, stay here. I don't have time to convince you otherwise. Say intimidated? Of course not. Why would I be intimidated? Is it really that obvious? It's simply that I followed Kurt's expeditions a lot as a child. So seeing him in person is odd. So you're simply starstruck? Kurt doesn't bite. Is he shorter than you expected? I'll say Kurt doesn't bite. He certainly barks quite loudly at that. But you're right, I'm just being nervous. It's more that up until now, he's been an idea? Does that make any sense? Not really. Or Kurt is just another person like you or I. This is serious caution. Now is hardly the time to have a celebrity crisis. So Kurt's just another person like you or I. I've talked to him plenty of times. I suppose so. Well, I'll leave you be. I'm still looking for the right shot. Maybe maybe we can talk to Kurt. Let's see what all the, like, officers have to say. Shaw, it has been quite some time since we met. We're on week 7. So I guess it's almost been 2 months. When I first met you at the docks, I found it difficult to read you. You should learn to reserve your judgments, Templeton. Are your thoughts different now? Did you not have a say in the crew? So your thoughts different now. That remains to be seen, does it not? I can say I did not see this turn of events ahead of us. Fair enough. Good to see you don't hide away from the crew in the evening, Shaw. Didn't know what to make of you at first. I am getting that. I'm getting that a lot. I understand I'm hard to place. I like to know more about my crew. Refer to me as Captain, please. I understand I'm hard to place. No doubt. But I'd say you place better than most. Alright. Worked with a lot of captains in my time. Half of them don't know their R's from their elbows. You're different from most of them. Better or worse, I'll try to live up to your expectations. Have you worked for a good one? Have you ever worked for a good one? No. If you want to change that, you're more than welcome. Alright, let's go in here. Oh. Templeton is talking to Arthley. Dr. Nutley. Mr. Templeton. I trust all is going well. Well as can be. All thanks to your expertise, I take it. I try my best. You should continue to do so. We wish not any further incidents. Talk to Arthur. Captain, is there anything you miss from home? I don't mean anything important. I'm sure there are people you miss. I mean small comforts. Does warmth qualify as a small comfort? Why linger on it? It's best to keep your focus on our current situation, the people mostly. Does warmth qualify as a small comfort? Well, you certainly aren't alone there. I doubt I'll ever grow used to the cold. Personally, I miss tea. I would drink a cup every morning and right before sleep. I didn't think I would miss such a simple habit so much. Alright. Okay. Here we might be getting into more of her relationship with the rest of the crew. Captain, the sailor folk among the crew seem resistant to my report. Saltborn people are rather private about their culture, especially when someone like myself is asking. I'm wondering, is my report invasive? Am I taking advantage? Perhaps an outsider's view is best, Captain. What do you think? You're telling an objective story, nothing more. Nothing more. If the sailors take issue, they'll speak up. Perhaps a step back is necessary. I don't need you upsetting my crew, Kasha. You don't need to expose their culture to the world. This is a report on an expedition, nothing more. Yeah, it's like, I'm thinking of going for the third one, because it's like, Kasha may want it to be like an in-depth report where, you know, she goes in depth about each crew member and like their personal lives, but if they don't want that, then then let's maybe not. So let's say you needn't expose their culture to the world. This report is on our expedition, nothing more. She probably isn't gonna like that, but yeah. The people of the expedition are the most vital part of the story, Captain. It'd be difficult for me to go on without their mention. I mean, I didn't say don't, I just said don't dig into their culture. Not don't mention them. Alright, Cordell. Evening, Captain. There was a song that found itself stuck in my head earlier. The dogs were pleased when I began humming it. I fear I may have to make it a habit. An aspiring singer, are you? I'm sure the crew would get a kick out of that. Music reminds me of home. I take it to be the same for you. Sure, we'll go to the last one. There is no home to be reminded of. I prefer to keep moving. Perhaps the ability to do so is what I miss. Alright, so now we've got Grimly. More music! Been trying to come up with a new song. Something about seals, I'm thinking. Hard to think, though. Winds are too distracting. But I haven't had a new song in a while. You're the creative sort, then. Keep it light. I'm sure the crew would appreciate something jovial. Anything but seals. Come up with something away from the ice. I think a song about seals is fine. Maybe keep it light. I'm sure the crew would appreciate something jovial. Aye, that's the plan. Harder to think jovial out here. I've got Kurt. You're not married, are you, Shaw? Take it from me. If you ever do find yourself wedded, it's never as easy as it looks. What brought this on? I won't make your mistakes if that's what you're suggesting. Leave the melancholy behind, Kurt. We're only as good as the unhappiest man. What brought this on? Late evenings on the ice grant you quite a lot to look back on. And I've had a long life to look back on, Shaw. Alright. I believe that's everything for this week, so we'll wrap it up. Okay. Crew member will be freezing, and we get -10 to decorum. Okay, we're not gonna do a half ration, so we'll do a normal amount for food and fuel. Alright, 2 Johns and Quilsley returned from hunting with 3 elephant seals. Wait. Oh. I'm so confused. Why did 2 Johns get freezing from the sled hunt? I don't recall that happening before. Alright, well, 2 Johns is freezing and wounded. But Tucker's been cured of freezing. Okay. Check real quick. Okay, we got a conversation there. What's this? It looks like Kurt and Dr. Nutley. Ah, Doctor, how are you holding? Still finding yourself with bouts of sickness? No, that isn't a problem. It was only seasickness. Now that we're no longer at sea, my stomach is settled. For the most part. If you ever feel the queasiness set in once more, I learned an old trick in my travels. Simply close your eyes and count backwards from 10. Worked like a treat in my youth. Right, I'll try that. I feel like that doesn't feel like a solution. I'm glad it worked for you, apparently, Kurt, but I don't think it would work for me. Sorry, just petting the dogs real quick. I don't think there's anyone else around that's like having a random conversation, so... Oh, uh-oh. Uh-oh. Continue to watch. Oh no! Oh, I see in the chat. Hello, Aaron. Hello, I'm still not home yet, but I'm taking you into Kroger with me now. LOL. Thanks for keeping me company on my drive home from the con. No problem. You're just in time to watch the Temperance sink into the ice, and we've all gathered to watch. There she goes. Continue to watch. She's gone. Now we've got 3 people demoralized. Heads hang low amongst the crew. glad we weren't on board. Well, we gotta keep on going. Alright, we've got Kasha. Oh, and Hammond. Captain, take a look at this. Before the ship sank, I was checking the cabins of, well, the missing crew. Seems they left behind a good amount of their belongings. A few good books and the like. Not much use for them now. I put them at the top of the list to burn for fuel. We can't do that. Yes, we can. We are in need of as much fuel as we can find, Belford. We'll need a good reason to preserve them. These aren't simply the novels the missing crew brought with them for leisure. They left their journals behind, their diaries, logs of their life on this ship and before. This can't be burned. Captain, I request that I hold on to these journals for use in my report. I think the rest of the crew would appreciate their stories being preserved. I suppose the sailors would not take kindly to burning the remnants of their lost colleagues. Aye, but what else do we have? Not much else we can burn, is there? Sorry, Hammond. I think I want to keep them. That won't be necessary. Kasha, keep the books for your report. Where's the let's hold off on burning from them now, but if we're desperate, maybe we'll use them. Nope, that's not an option. Okay. Right. Better find something better to burn then, Captain. We can't be on the... We can't hold on to bloody well everything. Thank you, Captain. I'll ensure that their story is told. We've got wood from the ship. We've got seals that we've been hunting. Won't be able to do that if we freeze to death. Alright, Junior. Shaw, I don't suppose you've been keeping track of the days. Of course I have a general sense. Can't say that I have. So I have a general sense. Well, you will be pleased to know that today is Imbolg. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly. I'm not aware of such an occasion. Not surprised you wouldn't recognize it. To us, it's a major holiday. Don't expect to ask the day off. No, Imbolg often comes with a traditional feast. I thought it might be good to hold one for the sailors' sake. I see no problem there. Treat them to a feast. A nice idea, but we cannot spare the rations. There are no holidays on the ice. You can celebrate when you return to land. I mean, we do kind of have a lot of food. Maybe. I say that, knock on wood. We got 3 elephant seals yesterday, or last week. And I mean, we did just watch the Temperance sink. I feel like we might need, you know, something to, you know, keep up morale, give us some more decorum. Yeah, okay, that'll take us all the way to 100 again, and it uses 25 food rations. Okay. Alright, confirm. See no problem there, treat them to a feast. Aye, I'll see to it. Oh, Templeton, whatever. I'll make sure they have the best Imbolg feast they can. What's he at? Oh, he was at the top, basically. Junior's loyal to us now. Grimley's getting there. Okay, now we can't lose any more with Hammond. Otherwise we'll lose his loyalty. Yeah, Kurt's basically at the top. Okay, no, his is complete there. Cordell's making her way. There's good. Kasha, we lost a little bit. We're on pretty good terms with most people. Okay, listen in on this. Who's here? This is Kasha and Hammond. Oh, that'll be interesting. Do you have any experience with cameras? No, but they can't be too complicated. Why? Did you go and break yours? No, but I was wondering that if something did happen, you would at least have some parts to fix it with. I should. Question is if I want to waste good parts on a bloody camera. Spare parts? You're hardly going to be wasting them. What more could some spare scrap be used for? You have no idea. Yeah, it seems like pretty valuable. Anyone else to talk to? Nope. Okay, let's... Oh, well, I just realized that we don't have to worry about sending people to gather coal because the ship's gone. Okay, let's... I'm just gonna put 2 Johns in the med bay for the week. I'm not gonna use medical comforts. Okay, gonna keep standing there or give us something to burn? Two, that'll get us up to 87. That's good. How much? Large game. Ooh, 15. And 18 for the hoosh pot. That's good. Okay, big furnace. We need fed for the week. Alright, let's do 1 elephant seal, and then let's do crab eater seals, 36, that'll be 50. Oh, I'm gonna use like all the seals. That would be 66, 74. That would put us up to 80. Okay. So we really need to go hunting. Which we have 2 spots. Let's see. I guess I won't send one of the scouts. I'm thinking... I don't think I'll use the engineers. But maybe I will... I'll send one of the scientists, maybe. To go hunting, and then maybe I'll save the other 2 to do medical comforts. I see in the chat, I missed a bunch while in the store, but I see you're still alive. Yes, we're still alive. I don't know if you saw or missed it, but the Temperance officially sank. So people are, you know, understandably upset about that. And now I'm trying to figure out where to manage people and where to put them. Okay, so we'll go there. Maybe we'll send a scout that way. Dang it. That'll take 3 dogs. Okay, so we could send another scouting team. Ooh, okay. So that'll be good for next week. Okay, I think I'm gonna send the remaining 4 sailors there. Go hunting, and then we're gonna go back to camp. Oh yeah, in chat. Oh, RIP to the ship. Yeah. What was I gonna do? Oh yeah, I'm gonna send someone. Who was it? One of the scouts. Yeah, Flick. To not be demoralized anymore. Oh yeah, we got research. Oops, I also wanted to do the scientist for the medical comforts. And then what do I have left? I have the engineers left. I don't know if there's a point to that. It'll instantly cure a random crew member of freezing. Yeah, because 2 Johns is already in the med bay. There's really no point in that. But there's nothing else that they can do. Yeah, I filled everything. Alright, I guess we're just gonna call everyone to dinner. Crew of their meal. Return to their post despite the time it's still bright light outside, but the days are progressively getting shorter. I mean, they're still much longer than the nighttime, but there was a point where it was just all daylight before. Okay, I think we're gonna finish up with this week, and then we're gonna go on our break. Surprisingly, these 2 weeks have gone by fast. Usually, so far, I've only been able to get through 2 weeks in a stream. But, like, we're only an hour into this so far. Oh, I see doggies. Are they fighting? Dogs. At the kennels, you spot a pair of dogs engaged in an aggressive conflict. Teeth bared and snarling, the 2 creatures snap at each other. Cordell is nowhere to be seen, but the kennel master's whip has been left aside, resting atop a crate. As you look on, the fight begins to intensify. I don't want to get involved. I don't know what I'm doing with dogs, so I'm just gonna get Cordell. I'm not gonna grab the whip and crack it. You run to grab Cordell. You find her brewing the broth for the pack, and she quickly returns to the kennels upon your word. The dogs are still snapping at each other when she arrives. Cordell simply shakes her head and turns to you. This is nothing to be concerned with. At times, the dogs will go for the throat of another, but this is merely play. Dogs are inherently hierarchical creatures. They will fight for dominance, sometimes to the death, but these dogs are merely putting on a show of aggression for the others. A simple feed and they'll stop. Cordell turns back to her kennel before briefly turning her attention back to you. Regardless, thank you for informing me, Shaw. Cordell returns to the kennel as you make your way back to camp at large. See, it was better to get the expert. Conversation here. Kurt talking to Lefty, I think. Watching those young pups. Don't know how I had that much energy once. Huh. You're not alone there, friend. Hard to remember days I moved without this cane. Harder to remember having both eyes. They'll look like us one day. Well, let's hope not. Alright, this is the general. Looks like several of the crew. Oh, it's the feast that's going on. I see in chat, puppies! Oh no, puppy fight! Also, I'm home now. I'm glad you made it home. Say, I'm telling Mom, but you're right. Yes, it's better to tell their mom. And look, it turned out to not be a big deal. Alright, so yeah, they're having a feast today for Imbolg. So Junior says to Imbolg. Tucker says to Imbolg. Cavity says aye to Imbolg. The gnomes didn't expect a proper feast on the ice. Grimbly, how'd you talk Shaw into this? Wasn't hard at all. Good to hear. Alright, lads, it'll be a while before we get to eat like this again. Soak it in. Alright, that's why Grimly wasn't over there to talk to. We'll talk to Junior and Hammond here. Oh, gonna call it a night. Can't tend to the furnace if you're yabbing to me. I feel like Grimly's probably gonna say the same. Oh, he stares at you before nodding to his sleeping bag. Okay. Oh, Runt is here talking to Arthur. Hello. Oh, hello. Do you need something? When did you become a doctor? Oh, that was quite recent. I'm young into this line of work. Do you think I could be a doctor? Well, if you study, yes. Can I have one of your books? Of course. The doctor hands him a small book. Runt leaves excited. Aww. That's cute. Evening. I found some old tickets in my luggage to a play I planned to see before we departed. Unfortunately, it was delayed due to several accidents. People were beginning to say the production was cursed. I never believed in curses, but after this expedition, well, you're a man of science, Doctor. Try not to give in to baseless superstition. Perhaps you're the one who's cursed, Doctor. That's so mean. Are you concerned about missing the play? I mean, let's not believe in curses. There's enough real bad things that are going on, you know. We don't need the worry that, like, it'll get worse for supernatural reasons. There's enough actual reasons. I don't know how he'll respond to this, though, but we'll see. You're a man of science, Doctor. Try not to give in to baseless superstition. No! Oh, of course. I suppose that line of thinking is irrational. Sorry. How far down? Okay. Alright, Kasha. I need to finish developing these. Thanks for stopping by. You're welcome. Templeton. I'm retiring for the evening. Did Kurt move? Is he back? Will he have anything to say? Nope, okay. Alright. We will wrap up for the... I keep wanting to say for the evening, but technically it's the week. We're already gonna lose. I forget how much decorum we lose for someone who's demoralized. One of these people talked to Kasha, so it'll only be 2 of the 3, but I'm a little nervous about, you know, losing more decorum. when I don't know how much we'll be losing already. Like, I don't want to add on top of that, but maybe we should just do it because no, we'll keep the full. Confirm. All right. So 2 hunting trips. All the dogs are rested. Oh, Mr. Zach is freezing. Lefty is freezing. But 2 Johns was cured of his wounds and freezing. Yeah, Flick was no longer demoralized. Okay, those 2 are both still demoralized. That's strange that it says that we lost 5 decorum for both of them, but we're at 95. I mean, I'm not gonna question it too much. That's fine with me. If they want to do -5 only instead of -10, that is alright with me. But, I'm already thinking ahead of like, okay, I can send one of them to Kasha to, not be demoralized, and then I could have the engineers raise the heat so that these 2 won't be freezing anymore. Like, I won't have to send them to the doctor. They can still be doing stuff. But okay, I don't need to speculate or like plan stuff because we're gonna be taking a break, just a 10-minute break, and then we'll be back for we'll see if we only get through 1 more week or maybe 2 more. Depends on the events that happen and how long they take. But yeah, let me click over. All right. So see you in 10 minutes. All right, welcome back. We're just finishing up week 8. So let's get going, see what is waiting for us in the next week. Okay, there was that other 5 decorum. Dang it. I thought we were gonna get away with not losing it. Oh well. Alright, Cordell has something again. Captain. We've had our share during the hunting season, but it appears to be winding down. I wouldn't put my faith in there being an abundance of game in the coming weeks. Oh, that's great. I love hearing that. Rub its chin. Rub its belly. Pat its back. What's going on in here? Oh, they're talking. Oh, we've already had this conversation before. I've tried to separate my developing equipment from your tools as best I could. I don't want them to be mixed up. Yeah, we've had this conversation. It's like, if tent space, yeah, is the worst of our worries, we should consider ourselves lucky. Okay, this is different. Do you prefer to go by Dr. Nutley or just Nutley? Well, I still think of Nutley as my father's name, mainly. I see. Perhaps you prefer Arthur, then? Arthur is also my father's name. How unfortunate. For now, I'll just stick with Doctor. Is that okay? Of course. That's why we call him Arthly. Yeah, in chat, we're Arthly. I'm sure he loves that name. I'm sure he has no complaints about it whatsoever. Okay, it looks like Kurt and Grimly are talking. Well, seems the crew are adapting nicely. They're getting on with their jobs like clockwork. Feels like we're back on the open ocean again. They know we're in for the long haul. Well, I'll see to it that they're keeping up the good work. And you see to it that they're entertained when the work is done. Aye. You're short on words, aren't you? Prefer to talk through your music, eh? A sailor with the heart of a poet. Sure. It's like not how I would describe it. You see Hammond hard at work on the boiler. Shit. Hard at work, I see. Is there a problem? Do you ever intend to take a break? Well, he said shit. Let's ask if there's a problem. No. Force a habit. Don't need me asleep at the post. You need something, Captain? No, just checking in. Inform me if there's any issues. You should get some rest. No, just checking in. You don't need to. If there's any problems, you'll know. I know what I'm doing, Shaw, if that's what you're wondering. If you don't need anything, I'm getting back to work. Alright. I don't think there's anyone else, so then we'll start the day with taking requests. Oh, just Junior today. Oh. It always tricks me. Shaw, got a matter we need to settle with you. I don't see the problem here. Tucker was going through his personal belongings on the ship and we found this. A tin of treats. Biscuits, confectionaries, quite a lot. Now I'm hardly hiding them away. They're just my own private selection. A gift from my grandfather before the expedition. Grandmother before the expedition. Baked them herself. I understand you see these as your personal effects, and that was true at a point. But as it stands, food is food, and we need all we can. You cannot reasonably hoard it to yourself. They're hardly filling. They're just some biscuits. They're filling enough. Listen, now's not the time to keep something like that to yourself. Yeah. Yeah. in a survival situation. Yeah. Agreed, Tucker handed in the tin. It will join our rations. I will not deprive my crew of their sentimental object. I mean, it's not just a sentimental object is the thing. Tucker's free to keep the tin. Hold on to them, Tucker, but don't waste them. We could use them in a pinch. I don't want to do that one. Sorry, Tucker. I know you're going to be demoralized, probably. Alright. Oh my god! It's a whole... It counts as a whole crate of tinned food. It's barely anything. It's just... It gives us plus 20. I understand. Times like this. Do you understand, or are you going to be demoralized? Well, if you didn't, it usually happens right away if they get demoralized, like it did with Mr. Isaac, Mr. Zach. When we took his gun, and he was so mad. Okay. Okay, first we're gonna feed the furnace. So it'll be 77. Then we're gonna raise the heat. Can we have other people do it too? Can. But we only need 2 because we have 2 people who are freezing. And it's raising the heat, each assigned engineer. Okay, wait. Oh, okay. I understand how this works now. Yeah, but each engineer assigned instantly cures a random person of freezing. And since we have 2, then they'll both be cured. Hooray. Okay, wait, let's feed the hoosh pot. We'll use the giant tin of biscuits, apparently. Right? I see in chat, how big was that tin? LOL, right? I do want to save the elephant seals. for use in the furnace. 74, that'll be 80. Sure, that's great. Okay. And I will send... who's demoralized? Anyone free for an interview or portrait? Oh wait, let's see, did we get any new pictures? We did, okay. So we have Kurt. Oh, and there's the ship. And some of the tents. Aw, there's the crew. No, no, there's the Temperance sinking. Oh, and this was that shot that she got from the ship of our camp when we first moved to the ice. Alright, who have we got demoralized? I'm gonna save the scout. Okay, oh yeah, I forget that we get plus decorum as well immediately. Oops. Okay. So let's... send out hunting party. Let's do Tucker and Ward. So one of them is gonna end up wounded, and one of them is gonna end up freezing. Potentially, they'll both be the same person. It takes 3. That takes 4. Okay, we could send 3 scouting with as many dogs as we have, because that'll take us down to 6. And then we'll have 3 and 3. So let's do that. Send you out. Oh, okay. More elephant seals. I think we'll be okay. I don't think we need to go hunting again. But also I'm afraid just with Cordell saying that hunting is going to be dwindling down, I don't want to move on without hunting the big game, you know? Like, I don't want to be like, oh, I'll leave this for next week, but then, like, the beginning of next week is us moving to a new location or something because the hunting is bad. So maybe I'll just go for it. Because we do have medical comfort, so I can instantly cure anyone who needs it. Let's send Tashi and Gnomes. I don't want to send a child on a hunt where someone ends up wounded, and I would feel bad sending Lefty. So we're gonna send Tashi and Gnomes for that. Okay, but unfortunately we can't send another scouting team, and we still have not found any fish. So we can't like recover any of the dogs. There's not much else we can do, so I guess I'll have the scientists do medical comforts, so we have them. Yeah, we have a lot of leftover crew. guess that's it. There's nothing else we can assign people to do without more dogs. Because the lowest, even the closest thing, still takes 3 dogs. Alright, I guess we'll just end the week. Crew returned to their posts despite the time. It's still bright light outside. Alright, I see a lot of conversations, so we can... Actually, I don't know if it's a lot of conversations. I see, yeah, 3. It's a lot. Who's this? Looks like Tucker, and I can't tell because their head is blocked. Barely any taste to these fucking cigs. You mentioned before. What brand are they, anyway? Apperton. Same group who tins those peaches. Yeah, they're shite. At least there's plenty of it. Would rather there wasn't. You'd rather be craving at a time like this? Suppose not. There's just... I don't know. What do they know about tobacco? Fair point. Alright. It looks like, Rant and his dad. What's that? Oh, that was the dad. What's that? One of the doctor's books. Since when could you read? It's got pictures, Da. You're interested in medicine, are you? A little. Better work than this, anyway. At least he's supportive. When Templeton's talking to Kasha. Reading, Mr. Templeton? Yes, though it's difficult to find light. Is it? All I've been hearing about for the past 9 weeks about how despite the time, it's still bright light outside. Oh my god. Older people always thinking the younger generations have no desire to read or learn. It's been a thing forever. Do those your age still read, or has intellectualism passed us by? Well, I haven't read chilling horror like yourself. Is that a collection, Mr. Templeton? It's a good read, nonetheless. Okay, he's gonna retire for the evening so he has nothing to say. Alright. Does anyone want to talk to us? Oh. Come, Josephine, in my flying machine. Ah, apologies. The tune has not left my head in weeks. At the very least, I found a manner to calm the pack. If it calms the dogs, then may that tune never leave your head. No, you could make a request to Grimly. I'm sure you could learn the song. You sound like you have classical training. Ooh, that's interesting. Nope. Yeah, I had a feeling she wasn't gonna like that. Are you complimenting or interrogating? Your tone suggests the latter. Regardless, you grant me far too much credit, Shaw. Alright, does not want to talk about her past. Okay, doesn't want to talk either. Doesn't want to talk. How about Kasha and Arthly? Finished developing. Evening. I've been thinking all day about my mother, my father, my sister. It never quite struck me, but there's a chance I'll never see them again, isn't there? Sorry, I shouldn't bring up such things. No, it's okay to be worried. Consider it motivation. We'll get you back home, Arthur, I promise. Try not to dwell on it. Keep up your work. Keeping up your work, just stave off such thoughts. We'll see if he thinks this is like an empty promise, but I'll say we'll get you back home, Arthur, I promise. Okay. Oh, thank you. I appreciate what you're doing, Robin. Captain Shaw. Alright. I guess that's it for this week. Okay, I'm thinking I might go... that. So that'll give us -10. And then I don't know if that one person will still be demoralized. So we might go down to 80. We'll do that. Okay. We got 6 more elephant seals. Okay, Run's became freezing and wounded. Gnomes became freezing and wounded. Okay, okay. Okay, Quizley's no longer demoralized, but we still get the -5 from this week. Okay. Let's get to week 10. Double digits! Pet the doggies real quick. Ruffle its fur, rub its belly, stroke its head. Okay. Get 2 requests. Alright. Hammond. Days are getting darker, Captain. Crew's been asking about using more oil to fuel the lamps. I told them to piss off, but I figured I should ask you. Lamplight is not an unreasonable request. That oil is for the boiler. It's more important than making dinner brighter. It also makes it easier to do their work, Mr. Hammond. Aye, well, it's the captain's decision. I mean, I'm afraid. Yeah, that's -20. I just was trying to save fuel. I don't want to immediately use the fuel I saved. Do you think we'll get minus? Do you think we'll get demoralized people? I'm really going back and forth on this. I know it's only 20 fuel. And we do have like 7 or 8. Actually, let's see what we have. Yeah, we have 2 sacks of coal. We have 8 elephant seals. And we have 6 things of timber. Also, we have, I mean, they only give 3, but like, I'm going to avoid using these spoiled rations for food. So then their only other use is for the furnace, so that's like 9 right there. I guess. It's a reasonable request, Hammond. Give them the oil they need. That's okay. We'll get his loyalty back. Alright then. Better be able to spare it, Captain. Alright, Kurt. What's going on? Captain Templeton, I won't keep you both too long. After dinner, we should have a discussion about the future direction of this crew. I suppose we should consider moving camp closer to the direction of rescue. Indeed. As for when that should be, well, we'll talk later. Very well. Alright, so this may be our last week. Here at the camp, it feels like. So let's go to the furnace. Okay, wait. I want to use cure all crew in the medbay. Okay, so we'll put Gnomes and Ward in the medbay, and then we use medical comforts on them immediately. Okay. I just wanted them to be cured completely. I mean, I guess it wouldn't have mattered because I could have just done the person who wasn't cured by freezing with the engineers. Okay, that's 70. That'll take us up to 72. And that'll cure a person of freezing. Does that do it instantly? Okay. Oops, that's not. I was thinking, I gotta send the dogs out. You don't click on the paw print for that. Okay. How much research do we even have? I'm sure that's probably something. Yeah, okay, if we have 5 research. Okay, let's send a scout there. Let's send send a scout there. Okay, we've got some penguins, but those are a small game. But I mean, I'll take it. You know. And we send a scout there. Oh, there's fish. Okay, but the fish aren't for people. So we'll send a hunting party here. I'll just do the first 4. For the Adelie penguin. Like, it's not gonna be a lot of food. Since the medium ones only give +6, I assume these are probably gonna be like +3. Like I said, it's better than nothing. And that's all the dogs we can use. I'm gonna have an engineer raise the heat. Oh, I didn't realize we had... I guess I did send him hunting. Well, have him raise it. So that he's healed of that. And I guess we can have more medical comforts made. And maybe let's have someone interview. Let's have that engineer interview, because that'll raise our decorum and we'll get research. Okay, I think there's nothing else we can assign people to, because again, we don't have enough dogs. Alright. Oops! Oops! Oh no! Shit. I forgot to feed the hoosh. Can we still do it before I end the week? Okay, oh my god. I almost had a heart attack. Okay. We can still feed the hoosh pot. Okay. Get that up to 72. Jeez. Okay, we're fine. Everything is fine. Alright, is Grimly have anything? Nope. Cordell. Dogs need their rest, as do I, as do you. Oh. Nope, okay. Okay, we don't even get the option to try to talk to. The doctor. Junior, gonna call it a night. Okay, Hammond's not here. Alright, let's talk to Kurt and Templeton. In chat, oh no, and then oh no. Yeah, we're good, everything's okay. You wish to speak with us, Kurt? Indeed I did. Have you noticed anything about the ground beneath our feet, Captain? It's not about to give way, is it? I try not to think about anything beneath our feet. Get to the point, Kurt. It's not about to give way, is it? Not immediately, no. We are looking at the early stages of this ice breaking apart. If we don't want to join the dear old Temperance, we'll need to be moving out within the week. Is that so? If we start packing from tomorrow, we'll be safe to move on at the beginning of next week. Any longer than that, and we'll be dipping our toes into the water, ha! Well, it is inevitable that we should keep constant movement. Even ignoring the changing ice, our rescue vessel will not be searching for us here. Alright, get the word out, Kurt. We leave in a week. You couldn't have told me sooner. We can't risk what lies beyond this camp. We stay here. Oh, absolutely not. Get the word out then, Kurt. We leave in a week. I will, Captain. To stay is death. We're moving on. Thank you, Kurt. Have a good evening, Templeton. Captain. Nope. Oh, okay, that's why Hammond wasn't over there. Alright. I'll have to move the camp within the coming week. Aye. We wait around here any longer and we'll be swallowed up. Captain Shaw has been cautious, and we are still set to match the arrival of rescue. Aye, let's not waste any bloody more time. The boiler can't last forever. Does Templeton have anything to say? No. Does Hammond have anything to say? Does Kurt? Oh, there's another conversation to listen to. I was gonna say we'll check in on Kurt, but I suppose this means it's probably Kurt. Okay, talking to Arthur again. Oh, Kurt, you don't just say that to a person. Doctor, you seem worse for wear this evening. Sorry, I've not had much sleep lately. Something disturbing your rest? Just some bad dreams. A shame, a shame. Get some rest early, Arthur. I'll inform you if an emergency arises. Oh, thank you, Kurt. You can thank me with a good night's sleep. Alright, now does Kurt have anything to say? Probably not. No, okay. Alright, we'll end the week. We'll see if they throw us into a thing before they save. Otherwise, we might be ending here. Do I want to save on fuel or rations? I want this. There we go. Damn it! I had it and now I don't. Okay. Maybe we do have food rations. Because that'll take us down to 85. Okay. Alright, Gnomes is freezing. Ward is malnourished. Okay. Week 11. Okay. So it's safe, so we're not... Well... I guess we'll finish this up, because I feel like it's gonna do like a scene, yeah, moving us to the next camp. I think we'll end with us moving to the next camp. Alright, one last look, I guess, at this place. And saying goodbye to the Temperance for real now, because it was... We're leaving it fully behind. Alright, let's venture on. After a hard morning dragging the boats, the crew come across deeper snow ahead. Captain, the snow on the ice is getting deeper. We'll need to find a better path before dragging the whole crew through it. I'll be happy to take up the reins. Best we leave that to one of your scouts, Mr. Darling. The ice behind us is encroaching. We needn't lag behind a man with a cane. The old limp isn't that bad, Templeton. It's bad enough. Time is of the essence. Very well. You can't go wrong with my team anyway. Any one of them are capable of finding the path in the ice. Captain, if you want to judge the course yourself, you should go ahead with them. Ill-advised. We don't know what lies ahead. Best not take any unnecessary risks. Templeton is right. I'll stay back here with the rest of the party. No, Kurt is right. I should head with them. I mean, I'm not a scout. But I'll go with them. No, Kurt is right. I should head with them. Okay, choose a scout. How about we go with Quilsley? Quilsley, you're with me. Let's go. You and Quilsley trudge your way further ahead, keeping an eye out for dips in the snow that could damage the boats. It isn't long before you both hear a sound from ahead where the ice is thinner. Keep walking or stop. Let's stop. Uh-oh. In the chat, leading from the front. Yep. The eggshell surface of the floes erupt, revealing a large, slimy creature, mouth agape with files of razor-sharp teeth, expectant. Leopard seal! Which one is for... Okay, in Kurt's story, he said he used a hunting shotgun. So let's do this. You grab the hunting shotgun and steady it as you aim towards the beast barreling towards you. The beast continues unhindered. Fear mixes with snow, freezing Quilsley in place. Fire, or wait for your target to get closer. I know it's a shotgun. but let's fire. You crack the hunting shotgun and the projectile pierces the flesh of the leopard seal, but the beast continues to charge despite its injuries. The animal is gaining speed, closing the distance. Reload. Do not just wait doing nothing. Reload. You reload a shell into the hunting shotgun. There's now about 10 yards between Quilsley and the beast. Oh god! You load the second shell into the shotgun before clasping the barrel tight. The animal charges into Quilsley, knocking them over in the snow. Fire! The shot connects. The beast drops lifeless on the ice. Inches from Quilsley. Shaken, but alive. Yeah. So, if you don't shoot it in time, I think also if you, at the very beginning, you may have remembered where you can decide if you've ever shot a gun before. That might also factor into this, but whatever the scout is, they can absolutely die in this scene. I mean, obviously harvest it for food. The chat. The suspense. Gasp. It takes 2 dog sledding teams to drag the creature onto stable ice. After processing and packing the sea leopard's meat, a trove of undigested fish is found inside its stomach cavity. Feed the fish to the dogs. Yeah, we don't know how viable the fish are. Better left to the dogs. Cordell claims their digestive systems can handle the meat better than us. The dogs seem pleased with their treat. It's like, oop. Okay, I'll wait for this to load. Okay, I guess before we get into the personal log, just with the fish thing, that just reminded me when I was, I did this program at an aquarium, where you we're like quote unquote learning to be like a dolphin trainer. I mean, it's only a week long, so it's like very, very basic. But when we were like sorting the fish out for them, you know, you had to make sure any that had like any cuts or like holes or breaks in the skin, those didn't go to the dolphins. You put them in a separate bin to be fed to the sea lions because they could handle any bacteria that may have, you know, gotten into the fish because of that. Just a little fun fact. All right, week 11. Captain Shaw, personal log. In the chat. Yay, tummy fish for the puppies. What a sentence. A new camp has been erected on the ice floe. The prospect of land is still far off from here. The Temperance. Temperance went under, finally consumed by the ice. I should have known it wouldn't hold. She will be missed. It feels hopeless now. She'll be missed. The old vessel had become a home for the crew. Even when trapped in the ice, it served as a constant presence, a monument of the world we traveled from. The world that was left behind. To see it go weighed heavily upon the crew. The leopard seal attack. The crew were ambushed by a leopard seal whilst moving camp. It was fortunate that all managed to escape with their lives. It won't be the last. It should be considered an act of great fortune. We survived because we were prepared. I like that one. It was quick thinking and the appropriate resources that won out the day for the crew. That vigilance is to be kept up at all times, lest the crew meet with a true disaster. That leopard seal was but a warning of the dangers that rest on the ice. Let's save Captain Hunt for last. We'll say the summer. By all estimates, it appears that summer has arrived on the ice, a prime occasion for hunting, and a comparable respite from the truly freezing temperatures, the worst of which are yet to come. With the arrival of summer comes the promise of winter. We must enjoy this respite while it lasts. We must not lose sight of what lies ahead. We must prepare for winter. I must consult my crew on the best course of action. I think that we must prepare for winter. The long night winter will prove the greatest challenge to the crew. The crew must be ready, lest they be torn apart by unlivable temperatures, a lack of food, and the harsh cutting blizzards yet to come. Captain Hunt. Tracks were found in the snow, a frozen coat. Proof that if nothing else, Hunt and his group were able to survive beyond the boiler incident aboard the Temperance. Should we catch up to him? I may just kill Hunt myself. It is too late to raise concerns now. The crew may whisper, but Rufus Hunt is a dead man. I have to commend Hunt. He is much hardier than first believed. Rufus Hunt is a dead man. Is it much hardier than first believed? Rufus Hunt further proved himself to be a man of many surprises. To have made it as far as he had, it almost fills the crew with hope in regards to their own chances. If Hunt and his band of deserters are able to carry on against the elements, then that should be the truth for the rest of the crew in turn. Alright. Well, we're at our new camp. Slightly different setup. Oh, I see the leopard seal. We've got our little dog loose. Gotta zoom in on the puppies. Well, in chat, leopard seal big and then dog loose. Alright, we are going to be ending here for the night. And next week, I'm going to be out of town. And I was considering maybe streaming on Wednesday instead, because I'm leaving on Thursday, but I want to give myself, you know, all of Wednesday to do any last minute packing or preparations for my trip, because I'm gonna be at GalaxyCon with some random nerd that I know. So I think we're just skipping the stream next weekend. So we'll be coming back to streaming on, what would that be? The 22nd. In chat, somebody. Alright, yeah, so thank you for hanging out with me. We got through like 4 weeks, which is crazy. Since before we've only gotten, like I said, we've only gotten through 2 weeks at a time before, but we got a lot going on. We're at a new camp. The Temperance sank. Yeah, but so we're getting into it, and I'm sure everything's just gonna be fine from here on out. And we won't have anything else to worry about in the game. Anyways, thank you for joining me this evening. Again, we're skipping next week's stream and returning the following week. And we'll explore a new camp and see what's going on around here. And other than that, I'll catch you next time. Thanks for stopping by and hanging out. And yeah.